Scene 1. Shipton Town Limits.
Cowboys, relics of a bygone era, a culture of male toxicity that deserves to be left there. But there's one man in the central Washington town of Shipton who refuses to let these legends rest in peace. My name is Elise Cresswell. You may not know me yet, but I guarantee that by the time this story goes viral, you will. Since I was a girl, there's been just one thing for me. I knew I had to be like those people on TV who made the news come to life. Maybe I should just look at it one more time.
She pulls a self-help book out of her satchel entitled Gerald G. Goldstone's Guide to Greatness.
How to be great in 5 easy steps. Believe that you can make it. If you feel it, you can be it. If you need it, then you take it. Don't let no be the answer you get. Don't live your life with regret. Say I'm gonna be the greatest of all time. And I know this story's gonna make me shine. With my words and my technique, they'll all be on their feet. So I'll show the world what Elise is made of. When push comes to shove, I'm doing what I love. So what if nobody hears? I try so very hard, but it's never quite enough. This is my chance to show the world I really know my stuff and explore viral new frontiers. See, I'm gonna be the greatest of all time, and I know this story'll be the one to make me shine. There's no question, no need to break down. Success is in this town, and I won't let you down. Cowboy, get ready, I'm coming for my crown.
Elise stuffs the book into her satchel and heads off into town. Scene 2. Shipton proper.
Dear audience, here I am in Shipton to learn more about this mysterious cowboy. I'm going to interview some of the locals to see what it's like to live in a town with this man.
A person walks past.
Excuse me, could I ask you a couple of questions?
They're gone.
Never fear, dear audience, I will interview yet.
Another townsperson walks past.
Hello there, my name is...
Sorry, not interested.
I just want to... I'd like to ask about the cowboy.
Jesse stops.
Did he do something?
No, I'm here to write a story about him. I'm trying to prove that the ubiquity of the cowboy myth is, that it's, I'm trying to show the world that cowboys are useless.
Listen, I, have some things to do. But I have a friend. I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you. I can see if I can send her your way.
You can send her my way when you're done. I promise this will only take a moment.
Fine. You said you wanted to hear how cowboys were useless, huh? Well, a few years ago, he just showed up in town. No one really knew why, but word quickly got around. Our very own town cowboy, who'd have ever guessed? But since he's been here, he's been nothing but a pest.
I have a story about him.
Please.
One day I was walking with my bags. on the way home from the store. When he came up beside me, about 20 steps from my front door.
Let me take this for you, ma'am.
He said, I mean, I can carry my bags on my own. I'm really okay. I hopelessly pled. I wish he'd just leave me alone.
Yesterday, I was trying to cross the street when he knocked me to the ground.
You're safe.
He said, well, he could have had me beat. He said,
Watch out. There's marauders around.
I had just one thought as I lay there with a groan. I wish he'd just leave me alone.
How does he think he's helping? We don't know. Some days I really wish he would just go.
One time I saw him try to lasso a crow.
It's time for him to reap the seeds that he sowed. Wish he'd just leave us alone. Wish he'd just leave us alone. Since the day he arrived, we've known. We want him to leave us alone.
That was harsh. Poor guy really seems to think he's helping. Come on, Elise. You have a job to do. If you need it, then you take it. Well, dear audience, it seems the people of Shipton have strong opinions of their local cowboy, to say the least. But secondhand stories can only get us so far, folks. I think it's time we hear from the man himself, don't you?
Scene 3, The Cowboy Shop. The Cowboy Shop is a shrine to all things cowboy. Posters, signed memorabilia, and other knickknacks line the walls. Seemingly every inch of floor and table space are covered by other cowboy items. Boots, hats, replica six-shooters, the works. Behind the counter, hung in a clear place of prominence, is a light tan cowboy hat. It has nearly a full wall to itself.
Well, folks, here I am in the cowboy shop, and I don't see...
She trails off, catching sight of the cowboy hat on the wall. She walks over and, glancing around, places it on her head. As she does, the cowboy enters behind her.
Excuse me, ma'am. Please take that hat off. It ain't for sale.
Elise jumps, pulling the cowboy hat off her head.
Yeesh, what's the big deal? It's just a stupid hat.
It's maybe to you, but for me, it's... You're that reporter gal, ain't ya? I've heard the whispers round town about you.
Yes, I'm Elise.
Save it! I know your type, Kay. You big city folk that you can just waltz in here from over yonder and tell us how to live around here? Well, I ain't gonna take it. Shipton ain't a tourist attraction, ma'am.
That's not why I'm here. I want to know about you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
She takes out her recording device, placing it on the counter between them.
Do you mind? I just have a couple of questions.
Well,
Listen, I came here to get a story, and I'm not going to leave until I get it, so you might as well just tell me that yes now, and then have me out of your hair faster, okay?
well then, yes?
Great. This cowboy thing, it doesn't seem like a particularly fruitful profession of anything you could do. Why that? I mean, did you always know you were a cowboy?
Did you always know how to breathe?
Yes?
Well, there's your answer. As long as I can rightly remember, I've wanted to help people. I love the people of this here town, and I spend every single hour, every single day making sure they're safe. And you know what? They love me for it too. What was that?
What was what?
That face. I saw that. Come on now, I ain't stupid, just tell me.
Fine. It's just... I'm not sure they appreciate you the way you think they do.
Of course they do! You're talking nonsense! You reporters are always looking for that big old story, right? So I ain't gonna believe it till I hear it for myself.
Okay, if you say so.
Elise picks up the recording device, stops the recording, and rewinds. She presses play.
Our very own town cowboy, who would have ever guessed? But since he's been here, he's been nothing but a pest.
That's just one unsatisfied customer. Why, I
can carry my bags on my own. I'm really okay. I hopelessly pled. I wish he'd just leave me alone.
Okay, so two unsatisfied customers. That's still
I wish he'd just leave me alone.
I wish he'd just leave me alone. How does he think he's helping? We don't know. We wish he would leave us alone.
Are you crying?
Cowboys don't cry. I'd best be shipping off. Time to get a move on. If it was just they didn't like me, that'd be one thing. But that I'm not helping them, I can't live with that. Maybe somewhere out there's a place I'm needed. I won't stop till I find it. Time to show the world what I'm made of.
Before you go, I have one more question.
What for? You got what you came for, right? You have your story.
Not yet. Not until I have all sides. That hat. What's so important about it? There's like a million hats in here.
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, I already told you. I came to get a story, and it's not complete until I have your side of it. Elise Cresswell leaves no stone unturned.
Okay, fine. If it'll get you to leave. The hat was my mom's. She loved cowboys. She'd tell me stories of all the wonders they'd see. I'd sit on her lap, having shootouts with my toys. And she would tell me of how they'd ride, they'd ride, they'd ride. One day, Mama left me for good, disappeared and took my childhood. How could she have left me? I just don't understand it. She must have been taken. It must have been bandits. Yeah, that's it. All that night, I couldn't sleep a bit. I had a new mission, protect the innocent, the way I should have protected her. I was all alone, nobody by my side. My dad, he never cared, so I left my home behind. As I ran, there was just one thought in my mind. I had to ride, to ride, to ride. I'll find her wherever she may be. Mom, I want you back with me. I miss you, but until I'm back at your side, I have a job to do. It's now or never, there's no place to hide. And so I'll ride, I'll ride, I'll ride. That answer your question?
I had no idea about all that. I'm so sorry. But, we're really not all that different, you and I. I mean, as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a reporter, but look at me now. I'm just a girl with a YouTube channel and 5 followers.
And I ain't no cowboy. All I can seem to do is get in everyone's way. And I ain't never even seen a cow. But could you ever do anything else?
No way.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, we both know who we're meant to be, and no one will listen. No one!
Well, I reckon we just gotta make them listen then, don't we?
Maybe so. I was wrong about you. I thought you were a relic, something to be forgotten, but your desire to do the right thing, even when you don't get recognition for it, that's the cowboy spirit.
Maybe you got a bit of that cowboy spirit too. Your commitment to truth and doing what you love. I really respect that. You've made me realize that sometimes we have to move on. Don't give up. You ain't half bad at this reporter business. It's been an honor, Miss Cresswell.
He starts to walk out the door.
For me too. I'll meet you outside.
What?
I'm coming with you.
Now, where'd you get that idea? I don't
If I
rightly
don't
think...
come, who's going to be there to document your great escapades, your daring adventures?
You mean our?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it does get mighty lonely out there on the road.
And hey, maybe your first adventure can be trying to find your mom.
Sounds like it would make a pretty good story, huh?
It most certainly does. So, ready to hit the road, partner?
He walks to the hat. He grabs it off the wall, goes to Elise and places it on her head. He walks out the door. Elise reaches into her satchel and pulls out her book. She places it on the counter and follows him out.
See, we're gonna be the greatest duo of all time. And our story's bound to be on everybody's mind. We'll go down in history. You and me.
I'll stay by your side.
And our dreams won't be denied.
And so we'll ride, we'll ride, we'll
The Other Side of the Glass, based on a photo essay by Jadine Radok-Kabahug. Book by Lachlan Swanson. Music and lyrics by Coleman Hunter. Directed by Sage Overbay. Music directed by Mia Papadakis. Stage managed by Madison Crowley. Characters.
Dave Alton, early 30s, a perpetually grumpy man who is focused only on himself. He has a hard time connecting with people except for his sister. He's never had many friends in his life and assumes that everyone dislikes him.
Janet Alton, mid-30s, Dave's older sister. A kind yet strong-willed woman. She was always there for Dave in their childhood and is insistent on maintaining a good relationship with him.
Gerald Bernard, mid to late 30s, a friendly, upstanding guy who's always looking out for the good of the neighborhood. He has an immunocompromised daughter whom he cares about deeply.
Jessica Robinson, 12 years old, Tommy's sister and Dave's neighbor, a young, responsible girl who is trying to make the best of her time stuck inside.
Tommy Robinson, 10 years old, Jessica's brother and Dave's neighbor. A young, energetic boy who hates having to be at home all the time during quarantine.
Paige Turner, 15 years old, Dave's neighbor. She is compassionate and values her relationship with her family, especially her grandmother.
Dave Alton wakes up and gathers his things to head outside for his daily walk.
Waking up in my neighborhood, where I am different, the odd one left out in the cold. Inside my house, I know I'm safe from the looks, the judgment in their gaze, but it won't stop me from my daily routine. I know outside is where I'm meant to be. This morning, walking through my neighborhood, where she was respected, a bridge to feel connected. Everything felt so much better before Janet moved away.
Flashback to a few months ago. Janet Alton is standing in front of the door with some bags, about to leave.
Janet, please, why are you leaving?
I can't take this anymore. You need to start taking care of yourself and grow up. After Mom died, you've been depending on me for everything, and I have my own priorities. And I was only supposed to move in temporarily, but I've been here for over a year.
But everyone on this street hates me. They only like you, and if you leave, how am I supposed to keep on talking with a bunch of people who hate me?
Well, you need to figure it out.
I can't just figure it out. What, you want me to invite each of them over to dinner?
Yeah, that would be a start.
Come on, just stay here. Everybody likes you here.
Well, it's too late anyway. All my stuff has been moved already.
Please, just stay here.
It's for your own good. Goodbye, Dave.
So I've started walking as a daily routine. Even if it's just the outside of their houses, it's where she'd want me. And I know that deep down I wanted to. Everyone was so connected, and it's my turn now that Janet's moved away. But look at the kids in the house next door. Now that Janet's gone, they're throwing balls in my flower beds. And what about the girl perched on her windowsill? She gives me dirty looks from her phone every day. Right now I'm feeling disconnected, but I'll make it up so that Janet will come home again. Wait, but here's someone new, someone that I don't know, who doesn't know what life was like before. So now is my chance to prove to Janet that I can be a friendly guy in my neighbor's life. Hello, new neighbor, my name is Dave.
Hi, I'm Gerald, but please don't come any closer. You aren't wearing a mask.
Sorry? Why do I have a mask? I'm not sick.
I can't talk to you until you have a mask. I have a dog.
It's just... forget it.
Dave walks away, hurt and confused.
He could have just said he didn't want to talk to me instead of making up some stupid excuse.
Back at Dave's house, he calls Janet.
Hey, Janet.
Hey, Dave. I was actually just about to call you. I just found out I have COVID.
Okay. You know, I took your advice and talked to this new neighbor, Gerald, I think. I was just trying to have a conversation with the guy, you know?
We have to cancel dinner. I have COVID. When I'm feeling a little better, we can meet on Zoom, maybe?
What? You're canceling dinner because of the flu. Come on, why is everyone suddenly ganging up on me about this? Gerald started attacking me for trying to talk to him and said that I couldn't talk to him without a mask. And why would Zoom be any sort of replacement for being in person?
Can't you just think of other people for once, Dave? All you ever do is think about yourself and how everyone is just out to get you. It's you, Dave. You're the problem. This is exactly why I left.
I'm not just thinking about me. If no one hated me, then they would actually try talking to me. How can I be the problem when everyone else is trying to avoid me?
You need to put yourself in someone else's shoes and think about how what you're doing affects them. I can't keep doing this with you, Dave. I have to go.
Janet, just listen to me. I'm going to bed.
Dave climbs into bed and begins to dream that he is back out on the street where he began his walk.
I was just here. I just went to sleep.
Dave dreams that he walks the same route he did in waking times. He arrives in front of Tommy and Jessica's house.
Jessica, what should we do?
I don't know. We could go outside.
But we might catch the virus. I don't want to do that.
Dave walks up to them to tell them to quiet down.
Hey! Quiet down! I can hear them. There's no glass.
He notices there isn't any glass in the window.
Hey, isn't that Janet's brother or something?
What are you doing?
Just trying to spread some cheer. He seems like a lonely guy.
Well, that's true, but I haven't seen him since we kicked that ball into his garden. I guess he does seem pretty sad, though.
He's probably just lonely. This quarantine has been hard for everyone.
Jessica, does COVID make you worry? 'Cause Mom is always busy, Dad is crying in his hands. The world seems to need some laughter.
Hey, maybe I've got a plan. If I grab the markers and bring the glue, you get the paper.
What's this plan gonna do?
We can help the world to heal in these troubled times. You grab the scissors.
Should I bring snacks too?
Tommy, that's the spirit!
I guess I'll trust you.
We can keep the world on its feet right here, right now. Make a sign. Show the world how you feel in these hard times.
'Cause it'll invite a smile for the neighbors who walk past our house. We could lower their doubts.
It's a simple thing to make a sign.
Tommy and Jessica smile as they start to get to work on making their signs. They scamper away from the empty window frame out of the sight of Dave to gather supplies.
That's ridiculous. If those kids think that some cheesy messages on cardboard are going to make an impact on people, they are mistaken. They can't say I'm lonely if they never even try to talk to me.
Dave keeps walking. He arrives in front of Paige's house again.
What time is it? Oh, I said I'd call Grandma right now. Oh, it's Janet's brother out for his walk. Wonder why she left. He's been all sad and standoffish since.
Paige calls her grandma.
Friday nights were the best nights. You would come down and see the family, but now with this all in my life, our weekly meetings have been pushed over to Zoom. What happens if you click the white microphone? 'Cause at the moment I can't hear you in my carpet. Ow. Wow, that's pretty loud. But at least I can hear you now. This is normal and we're staying safe. That's important too. If seeing you like this is an option, I'll forget to talk to you. Friday nights will be the best nights. You'll call in, say hi to the family. Friday nights will be paradise. It may have changed, but traditions didn't have to go.
Paige takes one last look at Dave before Dave starts walking down the street again.
Maybe Janet was right about Zoom.
Dave sees Gerald in his yard and starts to walk towards him.
Well, Gerald, I'm here. Go ahead and yell at me or whatever you were going to do before.
No, Dave. I was trying to tell you about my daughter, but you didn't let me finish. I definitely would have talked to you, but I need to keep my daughter safe.
Safe? From COVID?
My daughter came into this world 12 years ago. I named her Sarah, and it was the happiest day of my life. Watching Sarah grow up was like a miracle. She gets older and wiser with every day that passes by. Sarah first got sick 7 years ago. If I think about it for too long, I'll start to cry. They told us that my daughter's illness was untreatable. They didn't know how she got it or why. When you love someone, everything you do is to protect them. And I need your help to protect her. There are simple things we can do. It may change up our plans or cause things to move, but for the sake of those who we love, we've got to change how we behave. Flow with the waves. You're not the center of the world. Put others first. I'll protect them.
My sister would always treat me with so much care. She picked me up when I fell. She was always there. 'Cause I always felt sort of alone in this life. But with her by my side, everything would be alright. When you love someone, everything you do is to protect them.
And she needs your help to protect her. There are simple things we can do.
Simple things I can
It may
do,
change up our plans
or cause things to move. But for the sake of those we love,
those who we
change how we behave. Flow with the waves. I'm not the center of the world. Putting others first, I'll protect them. I'll protect them.
'cause I'm not the center of the world. I'll put others first. I'll protect them. We'll protect them.
Dave and Gerald are silent for a moment as Dave thinks about what Gerald has told him. Dave blinks and suddenly he's awake, back in his own bed with no Gerald in sight. He looks around contemplatively for a moment and then grabs his phone and dials.
Hey, Dave. What's going on?
Hey, Janet. I just wanted to apologize. I know I didn't take the news of your COVID very well. I didn't take it seriously, and I'm sorry.
Okay. I appreciate that, Dave.
So...
It's gonna take a bit more than just an apology, but it's a start.
Okay, well, how about that Zoom thing? We could talk then to work things out.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. And I'm glad you've decided to be open to new things, Dave. Alright, I have to go.
Okay, I'll call you this afternoon. Bye.
Bye-bye, Dave.
Dave smiles to himself and then walks outside. Along his walk, Dave sees everyone in their windows or yards and waves to them.
Waking up in my neighborhood, where I'll help others, doing what I should. Because for the sake of those we love, we've got to change how we behave, flow with the waves, and with a few changes to my daily routine. I know outside that's where I'm meant to be. This morning, walking through my neighborhood, I start to feel connected. I know that I'm respected. I know that I'm not the villain to the people on the other side of the glass. On the other side of the glass, I know that how I think my neighbors feel isn't always true. And as your neighbors walk past, think of the simple things that you can do. How we're gonna get through. Think of how people are feeling on the other side of the glass.
End of show.
When I first started driving for DoorDash in my senior year of high school, it was a hard decision for my mom to make with me. She knew that if I ended up infected, she would suffer the most, but we had to figure out how we were going to survive during the pandemic, and without government help, we were all we had. So I clocked in. I'd basically drive the same route every night, taking a left off Rainier Ave onto Dearborn Street and into the International District. I remember the fluorescent lights on the wet pavement, how beautiful it was to look over the city and be met with hearts all over skyscrapers. Growing up, I'd always come to this neighborhood with my family on special occasions, but now I was alone. It was just me and my delivery bag. The streets were dead. I wouldn't go to school for weeks, but I was moving on with what I wanted and helping my mom. I didn't want to have to choose. What I want, what I do, what I make, it's my life at stake. I am young, still growing up, but I have to be old enough to make choices I hate. It's all up to you. It's all up to me. So I'm driving down the street, and I'm thinking, hey, wouldn't it be sweet to drive a really fast car with the windows down and the engine's out, so I get to shout, then I'm pulled back to reality, and all of this hits me, and I wonder if I'm ever gonna be more, and I think about my mama, we're all we've got, and if I stay here, will I miss my shot, and I'm delivering door to door from 5 to 8, just to keep food on our plates, and I'm missing school, feels like I've been set up to lose. There's a night when I think I must be out of my mind, nothing I do is enough, and I can't leave if I'm stuck. I'm needed here, no matter how badly I want the world out there. I'm needed here, and I'm delivering door to door from 5 to 8, just to keep food on our plates, and I'm missing school, feels like I've been set up to lose. Door to door from 5 to 8, just to keep food on our plates, and I'm missing school, feels like I've been set up to lose. So I keep driving till I get home, and my mama opens the door, says, hey, what's that look for? Mom, I'm needed here, no matter how badly I want the world out there. I'm needed here, so Mom, I'm sorry, I can't do it all. New York won't see me in the fall. Then he shook her head no and said, gracias por todo, me ayudaste mucho. Gracias por todo, it's okay, you can go. Gracias por todo, you've done so much. Gracias por todo. Let's pack your stuff. Nights without sleep and delivering non-stop night after night, the words my mother said gave me strength to keep going.